Wait for some people to get in the room and then we can get at this. This one's going to be why they reject your anointing. Because you'd be surprised how many people out there have no vision to see something bigger at play in your life and their life. It's sad. It really is. This is going to be why they reject your anointing. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Just waiting for some people to come into the room. But we're going to be doing a video on why they reject your anointing. Because there are a lot of people in your family, your friends group, that can't see what you can see. They can't see what we see as can see. So you can tell them what your plans are for the future, but they ain't going to understand it. Or they just going to downright not believe you. Maybe because it's just you, but they are not going to accept that anointing. They ain't going to accept nothing you saying. Hey everybody, welcome to the live. Just waiting for some people to get in. But this is going to be about why they reject your anointing. If you want to donate to the channel, the Cash App is down below. Super chats are available. What's up, Charles? TEB, how you doing? From the Midwest. Yo, hey, how you doing? Welcome to another live, y'all. But this is why they reject your anointing. I'm going to go ahead and start getting into it, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is why they reject your anointing. Because you got a special mission in your life. And you 9 times out of 10, you probably saw it a long time ago. You probably saw it a long time ago, but couldn't put it into words exactly how you were different from everybody else. But you kind of had an idea where you wanted to go in life. And whether it was family members, cousins, extended family, or your friend group, or just people you work with, nobody actually seemed to get what you was talking about. Or they just look at you like you got two heads and they don't know what you're talking about. But your anointing, and some people actually know your anointing, and them are the ones you have to worry about, because those are the narcissists that actively go out and try to destroy what you got planned, to destroy your purpose. Those are the dangerous ones. Those are the dangerous ones, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this. Reasons why they reject your anointing: because you grew up with them. You went to school with these people. You grew up in the same neighborhood as these people. As you were growing up, they were growing up. So they seen who you may have been in the past, what kind of kid you may have been, what kind of teenager you may have been. So they can never believe in any change that you have, because they watched you grow up. Jesus said the same thing. Yeshua said the same thing in the Bible. A prophet is never respected in their own home. So you got to get out of there. You got to get out of there. Eventually, like at some time or another in your life, you got to cut that and leave that behind. Which is going to be all these reasons why people reject your anointing. Or they just clown on you. Because they don't believe it, because they don't see what you see. Second reason, they want badly to prove you wrong. They want to prove you wrong at all costs. Because for some reason, they are just not in favor of you. They are not a supporter of you. So they want to prove you wrong so badly, because they can already see that something is on you. And they want so desperately, Lord, for it not to be true, that they're going to actively go out there and make sure that you do not live up to your potential. And this is where narcissists, this is their bread and butter right here. So they going to go out of their way to make sure you don't succeed, just to prove to themselves that you wasn't all that great. That's an adversarial spirit. That's a spirit working in opposition. So you know that comes from the enemy. But these people, there's like so many reasons as to why they will reject your anointing. But it's really unfortunate, because these are the people probably closest to you that you wanted to help the most. You wanted to help these people the most. And they turned a deaf ear. They refused to listen, which is really unfortunate. So you got to sit there and try to get this message and give your anointing out to as many people as possible. But the ones you cared about most are the ones that's giving you the most opposition. Tell me how messed up life can be sometimes. This is the game of life. And eventually you're going to have to give up and let go and let those people play in their playground, and you be across the street in yours. That's exactly what it comes down to. And some things are gonna break your heart. You're gonna see a situation happen to somebody that you used to be close to, that you could have helped them through, but you had to pull your light away because they weren't listening. They ain't listening. What can you do? Then you got to get to this place where you can put your heart at such a distance from it that you have to let whatever happen, happen. But it does get easier. What's up, Joshua? It does get easier. The third reason, they just mad with God. See, this is where narcissists really, really lie. They mad with God. They turned their back on God and made that decision with that entity that they would never be hurt again. Whether it was by mama, grandmama, or whoever. During those formative years, something happened and they decided to go through one door. They decided to take the blue pill instead of the red one. And that's when they built up this wall, this facade, this fake person, full of ego, and decided, that's it. Whatever I do is because I got treated like this by the world. So you can't fix that. That's a wiring issue. That's a wiring issue. That's hardwired in here. No amount of love, no amount of kindness, no amount of money, you can't throw money at it. Ain't none of this stuff gonna make that go away. And then for that person to have a chosen one in their life, to have a chosen one right beside them, and then that chosen person saying, look, you need to figure out what's going on here because this behavior is all over the place and I'm not gonna be here forever. I'm not gonna be around here forever. You may be thinking that, death could come up on anybody, but God had another plan. I'm not gonna always be here. Oh yeah, he's gonna pull you away from them at a certain point. So they're gonna have a whole host of reasons, but the main one is that they're mad with God. They're mad with God. So they're gonna do everything in their power to work in opposition to him. Especially through you. Because if you around these kind of people, you're gonna be the prize. You are the prize. So they're gonna work overtime at trying to destroy you to get back at God. And that's messed up. And it's really hard when it's in your immediate family. Because some of these people you actually like. Others you couldn't care less about, but hey, it's just how it is. But the main reason they mad with God, I think that could also be the number one reason. I think that could be the number one reason. But I think all of these reasons come together inside of a person with a demon on them. And it's just madness. It's internal madness, and everything in their life becomes madness. And if you would have got them in your life, then everything in your life becomes madness. And it's unfortunate, but once you make those moves and leave these people alone and take your anointing to the people who need it, these bad emotions are going to torment them. It's going to slowly get to them. And there's nothing you can do but let it happen because you gave them your time, but you can't give them your life. The next one, they have a wicked spirit. They say it's the spirit of Jezebel. It's the spirit of Jezebel. Because in the Bible, I had to look her up. I was like, okay, because you start opening doors in your mind, especially when you start this healing. You start opening the doors, and I look back at that story of Jezebel, and she killed like 860 something of God's prophets, and she got stomped to death. Her eunuchs threw out the window because that man told her to. It was it for her. Her time was up. These narcissists, their time will be up. And if you at this place where you don't remove your life from these people, the kingdom they work for knows that their assignment done woke up and found out what's really going on. So they know they got really short time. But yeah, her eunuchs threw her out the window and they stomped her, and the man stomped her to death with his horse. And the dogs dragged her body off. So she wouldn't even have a resting place, a grave site for somebody to show up to. I'm telling you, this is crazy. But they have a wicked spirit, so they go in opposition to God about everything. Everything. It could be something so small, so stupid, that there will be no purpose in line. They have it hardwired and built in to go in opposition to God. And they cannot let that go, mainly because they made a deal for it. And how messed up is that for that person to make a deal like that with the enemy, and then to have you, a chosen one, walk around in the house? You could pretty much guess that household is going to be at war all the time, right? Because you got a narcissist in there, and you a chosen one. It's going to be a whole lot of little slick shit, being said. It's gonna be sneaky stuff done, real petty stuff. And then you're gonna be dealing with this, and your anointing ain't getting out there to the people who need it. Now tell me if that ain't crazy. If you want to donate to the channel, guys, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, guys. All the information is in the description box too, guys. This is some messed up stuff because see, this is usually how it works. What it is that you have a family. I don't know if some of y'all have big families out there. What's up, Caramel Rose? What's going on? You have big families out there, but some with 5 members in the family. That's how it is. And you in this family and around these people. And they want you to show up for the holidays, which I'm not doing. My house is decorated for the holidays. I'm not going nowhere. This is my piece. I'm not going around a bunch of people and got nothing. I already know them people. I know enough to know that's not for me. But you got a chosen one in the family and a narcissist. It's going to be hell in that house all the time. But they have this wicked spirit. And it's all those sins, sloth, wrath, gluttony, greed, the whole 9. And they sitting in this person. And just at any given time or day, one spirit can leave and the other one can enter. So now instead of being jealous with you, they just highly pissed off with you for no reason. Or the next day they want to sit on the couch and just eat all day. Then the next day they don't even want to get out of their bed. So you never really know who the hell they are. Or they can go out a party, go out one day, come back, and now they talking like somebody completely different. Have y'all ever noticed that? Have y'all ever been around somebody and say you don't talk to them for a couple of days? You don't talk to this person for a couple of days, and the next time you see them, they starting to talk like they got a British accent, or they doing something they wasn't doing before. They behaving in a way, hey, what's up, Miss Choi? They talking some other kind of way, and you're like, wait a minute, that ain't the same person. And those are the little cracks that you start to notice. But these spirits walk in and out of these people. They do. And see, these spirits all know who you are. That's why they reject your anointing as well. Yeah. See, this is all this stuff. And then pure jealousy. Pure jealousy. Pure jealousy. But they have a wicked spirit. Or they say that you think you better than them. Right? You've all heard that. You think you better than me, huh? No, I'm trying to be the best me I can be. Now, if that hurts your feelings, poor baby, I'm sorry for you, but that's the main goal here. To be better than I was today. That's the whole game. I ain't got time for you. You and yours, you handle yours. You handle yours so that you can sleep at night. However you do that, good luck. But that ain't got nothing going on here, because what we doing is trying to be better than we were the day before, but they think you better than them. Because you carry yourself with pride. You ain't gonna let nobody talk to you in your kind of way. And if a scene and a set of people is beneath your character, you're not gonna sit there and pretend to be nice to these people. I'm gonna take my toys and I'm gonna leave. I'll be out there at the car. That's it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And see, that makes them have this feeling like it's basically envy. It's envy. They envy you. Oh, you think you better than me? You ain't gotta like everybody. But jealousy is the main factor. I think all of these encompass under jealousy as well. Because I was sitting up this morning, I was thinking of my talking points, and I swear to you, every last one of them, I was just sitting there, and one just came to me. So me and God was talking this morning, because all of these talking points came one after the other. I swear I never even had to put the pen down for a second. They all just came to me. And that was God talking to me. But jealousy is the overriding factor, because it seems like this spirit only leaves them in a state of jealousy. So their eyes are constantly searching for something to be jealous of. And in a world where everything is, the grass is always greener on the other side, this emotion has pure reign over this person. They are jealous all the time. They're jealous about your cup. They're jealous about the soda you got. And they're jealous about any and everything. So you can't be tied to these people, because they are going to slow you down so bad. But jealousy are the most trivial things that don't even matter. So they hate your anointing because they don't have it. They don't have it. And anybody else could have it, but not you. But not you. So they jealous that they don't have it, and the fact that you do. So if you have it and they know it, they're going to do their damnedest to keep it from you and not let you know that you have this power. And that means staying around you for your entire life, making you look bad, they'll do that. They got to find something to do before the grave. And it's unfortunate that people's minds are this vapid and empty. But it is. But jealousy is it's like it rules everything around them. And you can feel that energy. Tanisha, what's going on? How you doing? Trent King, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, yeah, but see, jealousy rules them in everything that they do. So they jealous of your glass of water. That's how silly-fied this is. That's how silly it is. But all of these emotions, and it's amazing because when you were a kid, the first ones to notice it, like I know in my family, it was the generation before us. There was several of them that knew exactly what the hell was going on in the family. They knew what was going on. Now, whether they chose to use that information for good or for bad, depends on who you talk to. But I noticed all of these things and all of this sort of energy around me when I was younger. I didn't understand what it was, but as time goes on, you know what I'm saying? Hindsight is always 20/20. And it forces them to accept how bad they were to you, or how bad they are to you if you still have them in your life. Hopefully you don't have these people in your life anymore. Hopefully you don't. But see, what it is the reason why they are rejecting your anointing is that it forces them to accept how bad they were to you. And some people, well, you know, all the narcissists have a problem with accountability. So they can never admit that they're wrong about anything. So they will actually have to live with the understanding that whatever happens to them, they know they deserve it. They deserve that because they treated you bad. And they know how bad they treated you. They know how bad they talked against you. And then to come to find out that this same person has the anointing, God has been with this person more than he is with other people. They know they just did this to God, and that God was right there the entire time they were pulling all these little stunts, doing all these sneaky little things. God was standing there right beside you, watching them the whole time. So now that they can say, okay, you rich, successful with that anointing. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you so much. They sitting right there, and they know that this whole time, God was walking with you, and God saw everything they did. And there's no way they can come back from that, because even if they try to lie to everybody around them to make them remember this incident completely different, that they were the good person and you was the bad person, they know what they did, and they know God was right there the entire time. So they're in real trouble. But see, these are all the things why they reject your anointing. Because now that I got older and I started putting it together and coming together, I mean, because even before YouTube was even out, I don't want to say how old I am, you know? But even before YouTube was out, they had auditions for the kids to host the news. And they had auditions at the malls, right? They did like this food court. I went there and I didn't read the cue cards. They was like, you want to audition? So I said, yeah. And I went up there and I was auditioning. I was like, we're going to be talking to people in the mall about shopping this holiday season. I just had an idea of what was on the cue card. I swear to God, I didn't look at it. So I just did the audition. I was turning around talking to people behind me while looking at the camera. And when I finished, I said back to you and handed them the microphone. The guy that was holding the cue card dropped it. And then I looked at the cue card and saw that everything I was saying was exactly what was on the cue card, but I didn't read it. But they knew from that point, because I got that show. I had to go to the major studio to film it, but they already knew that something was going to come calling. So they knew it when I was little, and they still did what they did to me. Okay. So they're well aware of what they did, and not only that, God was standing next to this person the entire time and heard everything. And was right there, and that eats away at them, you know. I mean, that's one thing. It's one thing to have something get somebody in the street, but to do that to the Creator, and you know he was standing there, he's sitting there, there's no way to come back from that. There's no way to come back from that. That just lets them know exactly how deep they in it. You know what I mean? That's another reason why they reject your anointing. They're going to have to accept what they did to you. And they're not big on accepting anything because their mind makes them think they're the smartest thing in the world. They're the smartest thing in the world. So they can get themselves out of anything. That's how much they got to gas that ego up. But there's certain things you can't travel back from. And once you get to that point, just like Yeshua said, you got to get up and leave that area. Because a prophet is never respected in their own home. The best way to teach them is to show them. So by being around this person that you grew up with, you can't do nothing to help them. All you're gonna do is slow yourself down. So you got to leave that area, leave them people, go off, do your own thing, and by that way they'll learn through you. Because you can't do it if you're around these people. Because they whole itinerary is gonna turn to slowing you down. They can watch me from wherever they at. You gotta love these people from a distance, especially the ones that you cared about. You got to let them go and just wave at them when you see them and keep it moving. But we don't do that. We don't let people in our personal space like that, especially if they ain't earned it. No. But see, this is when basically, I think another reason too, and this is just off the cuff. Your anointing, you never really gonna want to set one place too long because your anointing is gonna call for you to talk to this person, talk to that person. It's gonna cause you to be in motion. So sitting around one person for too long, you ain't getting nowhere. You know what I mean? So you got to, there's part of that anointing is to get it out to everybody. As many people can be rewarded from this information. So to be anointed and just sitting there, those two don't work together. But see, this is the thing. They have to accept what they did to you. And they know that to such a degree, there's nothing they can say. They can say they're sorry. Apology accepted. But your access is revoked. That's not coming back. You waved bye-bye to that long time ago. Long time ago. I appreciate your apology and you have a good life. But that's it. That's it. That's it. There's no more. There's no more than that. But they're gonna have to accept what they did. They're gonna think that you's fake. They love to say this. They love this game. Oh yeah, this person's fake. No. See, the fake person thinks that everybody else is fake. They have to do that. Their ego tells them that. So they appear normal. Where everybody like that, ain't it? No, everybody is not like that. Everybody you around may be like that because birds of a feather flock together. They all hang out with each other. F. McKeon, what's going on? Birds of a feather flock together, but they gonna say you fake. They gonna say you fake. And a lot of times if they grew up with you, you were different then. And that's rightfully so. Because if you live in all these years and all these decades, you should be changing and learning something, right? You ain't still doing the same things you was doing when you was 10. But see, these narcissists, that's what they're doing. They still function the way they were when they were 10 years old. That's scary. Some of these people 40, 50, 60 years old and still act like they're 10. What do you do with that? You're going to waste the years of your life trying to get grandma to act like her age. Or to get auntie to act her age. Or trying to get cousin to act her age. It's somebody else's fault. You know, such and such. You'd be surprised how many ways they can spin a story. They can spin a story every which way but Sunday. Instead of looking at themselves and seeing what they did. But seeing what they need to do to make these changes. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But they think you fake. Because I saw him when he was 10 years old and he was like this. And as a person, you should be growing and evolving, right? The earth don't stand still. It keeps moving, right? But see, these people don't understand the most basic things. Because they're too busy in their head cooking up a malicious scheme to go against you. And so by sitting in one place, you were sitting up. Your anointing is going to cause you to talk to people, to move around and influence people and help people. And that's what your calling is going to do. So it'd be in your best interest anyway to keep it moving. Them people, yeah, let them say it while they're walking. That'll give them something to talk about while they're on their way back to wherever the hell they came from. Let them talk amongst themselves. But we over here got something else to do. And the last thing, guys, they're just spiritually dead. You really can't say anything more than that. Because we are physical beings having a spiritual experience down here. If there ain't nothing going on up there, you could be you just throwing your light away. And after a certain amount of time, you do get tired of talking to people that never seem to learn. You're like, damn, you ain't gonna get it yet. Okay. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting real tired of your ass. I'm getting real tired of having this conversation with you over and over again. I'm getting real tired of your ass. Like to the point where every time they come into your life, they spinning a story, they spinning a yarn, they pull them out, and you just get so fed up with it. You start looking like, here we go again. To the point where you start getting mad at yourself for even entertaining their presence. You can start like, why the fuck? Why did I come over here? You thinking that to yourself while they talking and doing what they normally do, sucking the air out of the room. Yeah, That's how it be. But they're spiritually dead. You can't put your life, your life force into that person. They gave that away. They gave that away a long time ago. And once you realize that, you know there's nothing you can do. You can't try to do CPR on their spirit and give it life. Just never know. No. We're not doing that. We move on to the next one. We move on to the next one. We can't sit there and mourn this person for too long. We got things to do. We all got things to do. Like, my days are full. I get up at, 3:34 in the morning? And between everything, I'm rocking and rolling. One thing or another, I stay moving. And that's what we all doing. And the people that we come in contact with in our day-to-day life are being inspired by us and being moved to do some things differently. Workplace, same situation. But these people just sitting around the same friends they got day after day, year after year, just sitting there wasting time while trying to talk about everybody else and slow them down. You can't throw your light into that black hole. All right, guys, this has been Intuitive Anthony, guys. I wanted to come on live. I'm trying to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's my goal, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so I like the evening lives a little bit better because everybody can sit down and relax and stuff and we can communicate. But I'll be back with more content, guys. This was why they're rejecting your anointing. I got more videos already lined up for this week coming out, guys. So until I talk to you again, if you like it, I love it. These narcs out here, cold-blooded, guys. Protect yourselves out there. Peace.